Welcome, in front of me is a Xiaomi Mi 10, and today I'll show you a couple tweaks and tricks that I can do on this device. So jumping straight to it, we're going to begin with the better one, which is the refresh rate. Let's go into the settings and then display, and you'll find your refresh rate right here and set it to 90. And unfortunately you will not be able to see it on the camera, so you have to change it yourself and then you will see the difference. The camera records only at 60, this goes up to 90, so you'll just get whatever the default is. It will look exactly like what it's set to right now. But once you set it to 90 and you start using the device, you will realize that everything just moves smoother and it just looks way more, like, I would say, better. In a way you get about what 50% more frames per second, and basically what it does is when you in a single second your display refreshes by default 60 times. If you change it to 90, it will do it 90 times. That means that you will get that 30 additional refresh rates. That is basically additional data that you see on the screen that previously wasn't there, and that's why everything looks way smoother than it did before, and just the device feels a bit snappier because of it. So I highly advise to use that. Then moving on, we're gonna go into the dark mode, which is also in the display section, and it simply allows you to set the dark mode to your device. And there's a couple ways you can do it, either by a schedule or just by manually tagging it on like so. Now, one thing to keep in mind, with this being enabled, you will also be saving battery, because the background right now, as you can see, it's fully black, and because this is a Super AMOLED display, it doesn't need to light up the pixels that are right there, and that does save battery. So you can enable it by default like that, or you can set it by schedule and it will turn on during the night time, or whatever time you actually set right here. So choose whichever one you want, honestly. So from there, moving on, we're gonna go into another thing that I feel is a key feature nowadays, which would be the gesture navigation, to get rid of these pesky buttons on the bottom, and also shift the display a little bit lower, because without the buttons the icons can actually go a little bit lower, or they automatically do. So let's go into settings again, and this time we're gonna go into the additional settings, so right here, and it's gonna be under full screen display. There we go. And you have the buttons and the full screen gestures, so tap on it. Now you can learn it or not. I'm not going to be learning it, I already know how they work. And you can also just get a look at right here. So see if I can grab it. Yep. So when you grab it and hold it, it goes back. Now it's kind of hard for me because of the stand. Let me just try to move it a little bit up. Hopefully that will help. So when you swipe up and hold like so, it goes to reset. If you slide from the side, you can see an arrow up here. That's your back button, and it works anywhere. So if we go back to the settings, you can use it from here, as you can see. And it works really well, and also works from the other side as long as you are actually in the app. So you can see right there, it also appears. And if you want to go home from an app, I'm gonna go to the settings. If you want to go home, you just simply swipe quickly up without holding. And the gestures work really nice and just feel, in my opinion, better to use, more natural than the buttons. And also when it comes down to the back button, I personally really like the swipe from sides to go back. It's such a nice way to go back. When you're using the device, you don't need to hold it one hand and just swipe from an edge, either here or here, instead of like trying to basically tap on the bottom. So it's just a improvement to usability. Then another improvement to usability would be the split screen. So if you like to use multiple apps at the same time, as an example, YouTube would be a great example of that. Let's just open it up already. Just tap on OK. And for instance, browse your web or check, I don't know, Instagram or whatever, you can do that. And when you go into recent, as I just did, let me just start again. So when you go to recent and you have your app open that you wish to split screen with, the first app you open into split screen will be always on top. So let's start with YouTube. And you want to hold it, and then just, you can see that it gives you an option right here. Tap on it, boom, goes into split screen. And then right here we have a couple other apps that are right now open. So you can tap on either one of them, but you can also just tap or swipe up to go home. And your app that is in split screen will go up, but remain open. And you can from here choose another app that you wish to open, for instance like browser, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. So then just resize it, for instance. You can pick whatever you want. Now let me just mute it, and as you can see, now the video will be playing, and you can continue to do other stuff on your browser right here, where all the video is normally playing. And I believe if you also go up, like home, it will continue to play. So let's just check that out. Yep, it still plays. So if you want to listen to music on your YouTube without paying the subscription that they want for some complete absurd reason, all you need to do is just open it up in split screen, and you can do other stuff. Now, once you lock the device, it will still pause, so keep that in mind. It doesn't actually prevent it from being paused, and when it's locked, it just kind of allows it to run with other apps, and you can kind of listen to music while just doing a bunch of other stuff. And then we can tap on here. You can also tap on exit, or you can just drag that line all the way down, and then you can quit it. So moving on, the last thing that I wanted to show is just a deep clean option, which allows you to clean out your memory of the device. So you have it right here again in the recent. Tap on deep clean, and it does multiple things. Number one, when you first launch it, you just seen it cleaned a bunch of unnecessary stuff, apps and stuff like that. But also it does a couple additional things. So it detects when you have multiple copies, for instance, of the same photos, and it will show them here, and you can remove them manually. The app, 10 apps installed, you can delete. So you also have a bunch of app data that you can get rid of if you want, apps itself. So it does a couple nice things for you to keep track of unnecessary junk and just get rid of it from your device. It makes it easy for you to find it, what you don't want. And yeah, that's about it here. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.